Talk Lounge, and I am your host, Miss Kia, and I am sitting here with my three beautiful co-hosts, V.
Hey.
J Lew.
What's up?
And Tiara, the Diva.
What it do?
Y'all, we have some great topics to talk about today. Are y'all ready?
We are ready.
We are ready. I don't think they ready for this.
Right. V, tell me what's on your mind, girl. How are you doing?
So, I have a girlfriend. I was talking to her over the weekend, and she was just complaining about, girl, I'm tired of paying all of these bills, and, my husband is not holding his weight financially, and it's to the point where she wants to get a complete divorce because she's paying everything, and he's not making enough to assist her. So he's doing what he can, but it's not enough, according to her, and it doesn't support their lifestyle, so to speak. So my question for you ladies is, what are your thoughts about making more money than men? And do you think that it will affect your relationship at some point?
That's a good one.
I think it will.
Right.
I let y'all keep
I don't really feel
it.
like it's a problem that women make more than men, but I really feel like a man should be able to hold his own weight. Like, I don't think that he should, basically...
Well, he was holding his weight. He just wasn't holding the same weight that she was holding.
Okay, so when they came into the relationship, were they making around the same amount of money? See, that makes a difference because she could have progressed or she could have got a promotion or something like that, and now she's making more money. And that's not really, warranted to leave a relationship because he hasn't progressed like you have in your personal career.
I disagree. I disagree.
Rich or for poor.
No. So,
are they married or are they in
different
relationship?
No,
it's a different.
Let me be very clear. They're absolutely married, but let me talk specifically about me. So, listen. So when I met my husband, we sat down, we got to know each other. I understood his career path. He understood my career path. As we kept talking, we determined that, okay, we might be able to build something together. Kids started coming. So I need to be able to see what your motivation is, what your drive is for whatever, whether it's career, whether it's education. It just can't be a thing where we together, you look good, you might drive this at first, and then you don't progress. It doesn't work for me. So when you're meeting somebody at first, you should understand kind of where you're looking to go and understand that person's determination before and drive.
So if you meet him and he doesn't make that much money, but he does have a vision and he will probably progress in the future, could you do it?
Yeah. No, seriously. Only time will tell for me because, again, you don't just get married after, some people do, but typically you don't just get married after 6 months or a year. You're kind of dating this person for some time. Right. So a year, for an example, is a good,
their drive.
Yeah, it's a good time frame to get a feel for, okay, can I build with this person? What kind of vision? What's his thought process? What's his 5-year goal? What's his 10-year goal? It does help. So for me, that's important. So I'm not about to just date you because we can. No.
But you know how to Kanye West
good.
Though.
No.
He said, stick by his side. Yes, dude's balling and get
I
up.
never
Whatever
heard that.
though.
I never heard that.
Song, right?
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
She ain't messing with I heard of that. I definitely heard of that song.
So what you think, T?
Well, for me personally, because of the situation I'm in, I'm single. So
You single?
Yeah, I'm single.
Single.
Gotta put the emphasis on it.
Single. So for me, it's like, I kind of put questions up front. And people call me the police, but I'm like, look, I need to know what I'm getting myself into before I even, spend my time with this person. Because at this point, my time is precious. So one of those things is, what is your career? Like, what career are you in right now? Because right now, at the age we are, you better have a career. Ain't just out here working. Exactly. And if you have a career, where are your goals in your career? Or what other goals outside of your career are you trying to achieve? Because at the end of the day, I'm on my paper right now. I'm about my bag.
I hate to interrupt you, but another thing too is it depends on the percentage of difference. So if, a person is making maybe 20% less than me or 30% less than me, I'll work with it.
What about a whole 50%?
No, you out of here.
But what about if y'all got together and y'all making the same amount of money and then later on
got a
progressing,
promotion,
right?
So here's where I come in. if we are together and I realize that I'm progressing more than him, I will try to drag him along with me. So I will encourage him, hey babe, go back to school.
Like my
hey
hustle gotta
babe.
match your hustle.
Yeah, like I will
Absolutely.
definitely not just
Totally
let
agree.
you stay in that place. I'm definitely
Absolutely.
gonna try to push you to
What kind of woman would you be if you did?
yeah, so that's
along,
that's
you
just
know?
how I am. So
Right.
yeah, you're not about to stay at that 50%, especially if I'm progressing. It's not going.
It's not
Yeah,
gonna
no.
happen.
Mm-mm.
I totally agree. I'm with B on this one. What about you,
Yeah,
John?
I mean, I agree. I
You
would-
agree? You agree?
OMG, yes, I agree. I do agree. Like, I don't see anything wrong with dating a man, being with someone that makes less than you. Just, but like you said, if I'm making like $80,000, $90,000 and he making like $30,000, I mean, like
We
you
can't
said,
do nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely nothing.
Right?
But
Paycheck to paycheck.
over here. You can't even buy me a damn drink at this point. Okay?
he may be able to buy you a drink.
What if
That's
you
about
had
all
a
he gonna buy
vision?
me. You can't give me a house.
What if you had $1 million vision?
Everybody has a vision.
But
Everybody
you gotta have ambition to put that
Oh,
vision
absolutely,
into
you have to have
action.
ambition.
Because my thing
Ambition.
is, like I said, I would date somebody who makes less money than me. But like I said, if you have ambition and your drive match my drive, and you're going places, and I see that you're making those moves, or any
And you
other
just
side
not
hustle,
about
legal
talk.
side hustle that you're doing to make this money, my dad always told me, like, the man's supposed to be the provider, and you want him to feel like the king and be the provider of our home. Like, no matter what, I never want to make you feel inferior or anything or less of a man. You know.
So if you did make more money than he did, would you still make him feel like that in the home?
No, I wouldn't. You mean as in
Right,
just
like,
making him
okay,
feel-
so if you made more money than your husband did, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it's a significant amount, I don't know, 30,000 more or something like that, would you still allow him to feel like he's the king?
Yes,
every time?
I would.
Yes,
Alright.
absolutely.
And
Right.
especially if he's a real man, he will understand. Like, babe, I got this. Like, I'm never going. That's you, boo. You got
Right.
it. Like,
And
I'm
at
never
the
going
end
to
of the
be.
day, nobody really needs to know your business. Nobody
That's
ever
right.
needs to know
That's
that
between you
I
and
make more
That's what
money
I
than
see,
you, or
yeah.
you make more money than me. Like, at the end of the day, everybody should see one, two people as one, and say, oh man, they're doing well. Nobody needs to know the contrast or the deltas or the differences or whatever. So,
So I got a question for y'all.
talk to me.
If y'all were married, right?
Well,
all
she
your
is.
money, okay?
I know,
yes,
right?
Yeah, I'm married.
We're married.
Yeah.
But all your money is going to one account. But you make way more money than your husband. Are you sending all your money to that account too?
No, but
Wait.
that's a discussion that you have with your spouse.
So
hey,
you
let's
have-
take out a percentage. Let's take out 30%.
So wait, so
or
are you
50%.
talking? But that's the thing of where now that becomes having a joint account. Of course, we're going to have our own separate personal accounts, but I do
Right.
think that we should have a
Absolutely.
joint account because
But
we
some
can use
people
that.
feel like all the money should go into a joint account. I had a coworker like that. He said everything goes into one
No.
account. There's no separate accounts. They
So-
like all of their money.
Wait,
in
wait,
one
so why-
I'll
account.
give y'all a real
I don't
situation.
agree with that. I
So
don't
my
agree with
husband
that.
and I, my husband, he is very much so like, here, babe, here's the money.
Yeah.
So I have a checking account of my own personal. We have a joint checking and savings, and then I also have a separate. We have various accounts basically. However, my husband doesn't have. Well, does he have his own checking? No, does he? No, he doesn't. He uses the joint checking as his primary checking, and then we have a savings that we just kind of don't touch or whatever jointly. But his entire his money goes to that joint checking, so he doesn't see anything wrong with just putting his money there for the household, and then it goes, however we split it up to save or do whatever. But me, I have my own checking. So what I do is I have a percentage of my
That
payroll
goes into
that
the
goes
joint.
into the joint
Yeah.
account,
Yeah,
and he's
I agree.
okay with that. Like it doesn't matter at all. So for my particular household, I do have my own personal checking. I do have a joint checking, and then I have a joint savings as well. But a percentage goes into that joint checking, and then a percentage goes into that joint savings, and then I have,
Well, see, he's agreeing
because I like
with
stuff,
you.
and I don't need to hear my husband mouth about you just bought them YSL boots again. I need to have my own little.
That's
And
what
I think
like.
every-
I like how my
yeah.
account too. I
Without
get my
him.
hair done, my nails done, and do little stuff that I want to do. Like it doesn't have to come out of the personal account that we have together, the joint account.
That joint
But
account
it-
is for things that some go wrong in the house.
That's
We going-
house stuff.
We going on vacation. That's going on toward that. A percentage of our pay goes into
Right.
that joint. But I feel like everyone else should have their own personal checking account. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing. When it comes to financials, I think a lot of divorce rate comes with
Money.
money
It is behind money.
Other things,
All
but
the
money
time.
as well.
Yeah, well, again,
Like
it's
I
a
said,
conversation that
overall,
needs to be discussed. So,
just
like,
like
when
we
you're
was-
dating, that's something that should be discussed. Kind of once you're comfortable with the
Right.
person you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
have been dating for a while. Hey, how you feel about joint accounts, and you know,
Right.
because you should kind of know ahead of time. So.
Right. So I agree.
Right.
But so, and even in the midst of you dating someone, now you're dating them, you're in this relationship, it gets intense to a time that you're with this person, and how do you feel about when it comes to checking their phone as far as your significant other?
I don't check phones, so for me, I just don't.
Do
I
you
just
feel as though that you should have? Wait,
y'all sip your drinks, well, let me sip mine.
I mean, how do you feel about going to your significant other's phone? Do you think you should have a password?
Okay.
Like, I mean, I have my views on it, and let me start off saying this.
Okay, so let's say this because you're single like me.
Yes.
You single, or you single?
No, I'm single. Like,
Well, we married, so we can talk about the married.
Well, you have to give it to him like from your perspective.
yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. I'm giving it from my
Okay.
perspective. Like, I'll say this: the J Lew before, like, I didn't care about nobody like going to nobody's phone. That wasn't me. But and being with somebody that when I was in college and undergrad, like that was not me. But my relationship after that, it triggered something because of what he did.
Right.
Had that female intuition, like something don't seem right. You starting to act funny. Like you want to grab your phone, go into the bathroom. Like I'm hearing other things going on too. Like that's what started to trigger me wanting to go on your phone. And they say once you look, you're gonna find something.
Go
And
on,
I went
single
in.
girl. Tell us your opinion so I can.
They always say
know.
if you look, you'll find something. Even if it's innocent to us, it may not be innocent. It could be a conversation, and it can be harmless or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like you go to that person, let's say
Go on, Tiara. Go
wait,
on.
on social media or something like that, and you be like, who the heck?
But I don't just randomly like we together in a relationship and then everything is good and I'm gonna just see his phone. Oh, let me go on it. No, I'm not gonna do that. But it's just it had to be something for me to go in, to want to go in. It had to be something for me to want to. But yeah, be honest, like and I had.
I don't know.
I found something and I was right. And I was
It's
right.
depending on what level of your relationship you in too. Because I'm gonna
Right.
be real. I'm gonna be real right now. Nobody don't want to go through my phone. They don't. I mean, if they go through my phone, they gonna find everything in my phone.
I don't want nobody to really
Phone.
invade my personal space, but I don't have nothing to
if
hide.
you're in a relationship,
So
it's a little different. But my
Right.
thing is, if we dating and we starting to get to know each other,
There's no reason for that.
But like
I'm not gonna go through if we're dating.
No.
I'm not
When
gonna
you
go
get
through
to
your
a
phone.
point,
like,
you get to a point where y'all stay over each other's cribs and stuff like that. Then it's a little more trust factor there. So the relationship is building. Howsoever, a random dude could be calling your phone, and you got certain little emojis next to his name.
he gonna wanna.
He shouldn't be the phone like that.
Hey, but that's if you.
No, it's like I said,
different.
it becomes when I'm in a relationship, not when I'm dating.
Yeah, and
it
I'm
becomes when
Give
I'm in a
y'all
relationship. That
a
has
married
happened.
person's perspective. So I have been single and I am now married. And when I was single, I just never been a phone checker. It's just
Right.
not my thing. However, I do think whatever is meant to be
Whatever happens
displayed in the light
Go down in
will
the
come
dark,
out in
will
the
come out in the
light.
light.
So I just never been a phone checker. It's just I just never. I don't have. I just haven't.
Right.
So that's that. However, password, yes, I do think in a marriage, I'm not going to say you should, but I do think it's okay to give your spouse passwords. I have my husband's passport. He doesn't even have a lock on his phone, but I have access to my husband's phone, and I do have a password on my phone, more so because my 2-year-old just won't stay out of it. But, and Davon has, access to my phone. So it's not, if you don't really have anything to hide, it's not a big thing. Where it does become an issue with passwords is if you just don't want someone to see something. And I'll give you an example. If you used to talk to somebody that you just don't know when they might pop up and text you, now that you're married,
Girl,
you don't want to give the password to your phone because it's just kind of like the unknown. You might be talking to somebody 2 years prior. Now you're married. They still have your phone number. They might hit you with something slick. And you just never know when your spouse might have a phone. So a lot of times in situations like that, people don't want to exchange passwords. But if you don't have anything to hide, it's not a thing.
My whole thing is when it comes to this, wherever you're out, why we gotta put your phone down all the time?
What do you got to hide at this point? If you becoming one, why is stuff separate? Like, you can't have my password, you can't go do this, you can't do this. Like,
it's
that
different
doesn't
when you
even make
become
sense.
one. When you when I say
Right.
I'll marry you.
What about a serious
all bets are
relationship?
off. Huh? I'm sorry, what?
A serious relationship. You may
To
not
get
be
to that
married,
point.
but you're serious in a relationship with somebody. Do you think that is okay?
And
It's
living
fun.
with somebody.
Okay,
Yeah, living with somebody.
living, cool. We in engagement, cool.
Right.
But my thing is, like Vanessa said, well, like V said, she said something to a point where, you know, you just got married, but you got people who pop up. I'm a prime example. People pop up all the time for some reason. I don't know why. But they pop up, and there's been times where I've blocked, and I'll change they'll call me from another number and some more stuff. But it's your duty as a woman in that relationship to say, "Yo, this can't happen no more. I'm in a relationship."
Right, they don't. So, do you think that you should change your number?
No, I'm not gonna have to. No, I'm not changing my number.
Well,
I'm letting you
I
know.
mean, but
I'm letting you know.
But if you
So,
care,
Jenna's putting out the disclaimer.
No.
Whoever gets with her, if she gets engaged or married, she's not changing her number.
My
Okay,
thing is-
so
I shouldn't have to.
Right.
But my thing is, if I am getting married, I feel like it may be a time. If my man is uncomfortable with it, I gotta change my number though. Like, I'll be like, babe, I didn't block this guy. Did he keep doing X,
He'd probably be
Y,
like,
Z?
let me speak to him next time he calls. Okay.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
there you yes, you
Because
should.
I
It's
don't
been
know.
there.
And I'm like,
And I don't have no problem with that, but I
But
should.
I just think
if
that
he wanted me to
I
change
think
my
that's
number,
too much. I think that once you say, "Hey, look, I've moved on. I'm in a situation. I appreciate you."
Put you
But
on
I
something
mean,
already
it's
for
something
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to.
Yeah,
but
it's
if
too
my
much.
man's saying like,
Crazy.
babe, like if he's doing this, won't you just change your number? If he's like saying won't you and not saying demanding me to,
But if you
I
have
may
an iPhone,
think
you
about
can
it.
block
But
him. That does the
But
trick.
but you know they'll call you from a different number.
Girl,
And
Is that bad?
girl.
I
haven't
don't
had
know
that,
because
so
I'm single.
I've
That's why I'm
had-
single. I don't know.
they don't go away. It's like flies. Like you just
Yeah,
swat
they're like
them
a-
and then
they're like
they just
an
keep
annoying
coming back.
gnat.
I think the more you get mad and irritated, they just keep coming back. It's like it gives them something mentally in their mind or something.
Yeah,
like,
because
let me
it's
just
a
try
challenge
this
for them.
time.
It's
Let me
an
see
ego
this
thing. Like, let me
time.
see if I can get her because
Right.
she's with this new dude.
Exactly.
Everybody be
I don't got
married.
them problems, y'all.
Girl, you
I mean,
10
I don't got
plus
it
in.
either, but I'm just
It's different. You 10
Right,
plus
you
in.
haven't.
You 10
a
plus.
longevity.
You've been married for a long time. You've been off the market forever.
You don't know how it is out
2
here.
years,
Savages.
a whole decade.
Savages.
Oh, savage.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
There you go.
Where you at?
That's
When?
10 years.
When?
Celebration time.
Yes, it is. It has been 10 years this year.
Yeah, you rolling with the topic.
I know. Tiara, what's on your mind over there?
Oh, girl, I'm trying to tell you. So let's put it like this. We all been through certain relationships, and we've all found our significant others either coming to a point where they have cheated on us in a relationship. Do you all think that cheating in a relationship would really affect you and break the bond that y'all have, or do you continue to work it out?
I'm done.
Yeah. So
Wait,
I
that is different when you're married
Okay.
and when you're just in a relationship with
Or
somebody.
we-
Okay.
Let me go by the. Let me go by
It's
the.
easy to say I do. It's hard to say I don't, especially when you.
I
have
mean, yeah, I
kids
get
involved.
wrong. When you have kids,
Yeah,
that's when it
okay.
becomes
Kids
But let me
wrong.
go under the
Right.
perspective of just being in a relationship.
And it also depends
Right.
on.
Let me go on the perspective of just being in a relationship.
Speak
So I don't
it.
have no kids and I've never been married. So the reason why I say, and I'll say that now that I'm done, because of what I've been through, because of my because of my experience of a previous relationship.
Word.
Like I really didn't. I had these. It was red flags. I knew something was up. I knew you was doing something dirty, but I didn't want to believe it because I was so all up in love. And I found out like afterwards, and it was just like on some like. I was being played like a fool. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. It changed me as a woman. I didn't like the woman that I was, and even afterwards. So I see how I was afterwards. So I'm not dealing with that. I'm not settling. Like, if you want to be with me, you're going to be with me. Obviously, you want to creep around with some other people, then I'm not enough for you. Mm-hmm. And no, don't be crying out, baby, I won't do it again. No, I know you won't do it again. Okay. Not to me.
So with that experience, when you went through the whole cheating process with the person that you were with in the past, did you forgive him and you try to make it work afterwards?
No.
You didn't?
Because I found out the truth afterwards. Like I said, I knew. I had that gut feeling. I knew. You wanted to deny it. I seen pictures in your phone. I seen text messages. And that's one of the reasons why so no, I'm not dealing with that. Like, we in a relationship, it's over. But like you said, by the marriage part, I will say this. It will be a conversation. I can't say, oh, we are a year married and I found like you cheating. Oh, I'm getting a divorce. So that goes into like...
I'm a little hardball. So I have kind of a biased opinion. When I was completely single, no kids, just in long-term relationships or just dating, I would be out. No questions asked. Like, it's
always that one. I can't realize it. It's always that one. Actually, you love them so much.
You're right.
But you know why I'm looking at it.
No, you're right. Except for when I was in college. So my college situation was such a great situation for me because in my next relationships I was not tolerant. So that's what college. So college. Oh my God, I went through all kind of cheating. But you still kind of young. You in your 20s. You figuring it out. You young and dumb.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the truth.
You kind of going with the flow. But when I left that relationship or when that relationship ended, oh man. My relationships after that
that's
were
what I was
completely different.
Do you feel like because
and I was
you
not
were cheating
tolerant
on and then you actually did tolerate it at some point with this guy, did the people after him have to suffer because of what he did?
I don't want to say they had to suffer, but I was very, very, very non-tolerant. Any little thing that was a flag to me, I was out and I wasn't coming back to it. I was very specific about what I didn't want to tolerate and what I was okay with. Right. And I think that's kind of just how I went into my relationships because it was so hurtful. It was so hurtful. So I was like, man, I don't ever want to feel this kind of pain anymore. So I was like, listen, as soon as I see something similar to a previous situation, I'm out. Bow out gracefully. So, but now that I'm married, I'm still out, to be honest with you. My husband,
it's a lot on the line.
Even though with
because you have a lot to lose at the
absolutely.
same point.
I am well established. I'm great in my career, and I love myself. So I don't have to tolerate anything.
Disrespecting.
Right. And I don't tolerate that, at all. So if there's something that is just not something that I want to be a part of or just disrespectful, I'm out. And my husband knows that. I'm out.
Okay,
Kids
so let me ask you a question. What if it was something that you were actually doing and, maybe you weren't providing the things that he needed at the time? So now you're in a situation where he goes out and he's cheating, but you're not doing what you have to do for him.
Did he have a conversation with me about
it? Communication. Yeah.
But did he have a conversation with me about it? Because I'll be super transparent. But when I started having kids, we went from having sex and spending a lot of time to each other to me putting all of that energy into my kids. And so we, the sex declined. Us spending time with each other declined. But it wasn't because I didn't care about them or I don't want to, put that love into them, just because I got consumed with something else, my kids. Yeah. So if you feel like I'm neglecting you, talk to me, because sometimes when you have kids, you don't even realize it. You're so consumed with them and the activities and the things. So maybe it's a conversation we need to talk about, and I can make sure I put extra effort into kind of catering to you more, us spending more time with each other, us going back to date nights, us having more sex, whatever that is. So talk to me. And vice versa.
I'm very firm believer in the fact that I don't know how to moonwalk. I don't know how to go backwards.
What? That Michael Jackson didn't show you?
Girl, I don't not know how to go backwards.
That Tiara find wrong, I'm like, damn, Tiara, she's just out. And I'm like, sometimes, when you're single and stuff like that, there are deal breakers, but certain things doesn't warrant just being cutting people off right away.
But the thing is, it tells me what I'm tolerable of. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess since you're getting older too.
Right. I don't have time to keep trying to build with somebody, because at the stature I'm in my life and my career, you should be established and have your shit together. Excuse my French. But these guys, especially between a certain bracket of age, and let's not be clear, I might be cute and young and whatever have you, but I've dealt with older men.
Man.
I'm with the auntie Michelle say. He has potential. He can have a hole in the car at the bottom of the car.
Look, but she knew that while he was in college. Yeah, but I'm not doing that at this age I'm at. He can have that hole in the car by himself. I can't do it. And like Nikki,
And when you get the whole fix, come back to me and we'll reevaluate.
Ain't even get the whole fix. Get a new car.
Why you still riding in that car?
Right. But my thing is, as soon as I see certain red flags, it, like she said, is a warning sign. I'm out.
Okay, let me.
I'm like Shark
y'all.
Tank.
Since y'all so quick to get out these relationships, what if you were the one doing the cheating? Would you want him to work?
I would want forgiveness.
I
would want absolute
Because
forgiveness.
you know what? My
I
insides
would
would eat me up
forgiveness.
so bad that I already know what the deal is.
But as a woman, what would make you want to cheat on somebody that maybe you wouldn't
Where
have a relationship with for a
if
long
I'm-
time, but
okay.
married to for a long
Well,
time?
Okay,
What
for
are you
example,
lacking in that?
yeah.
It's the, I
It
feel
could
like
be.
when women cheat, it's more the
Emotional.
emotional because we're lacking the emotional, the mental from a man. A man can cheat and keep it moving. It's all physical. Oh, she got a fat ass. Oh, she look good. She give me attention in the
I
club.
don't know.
I'm
I
with
think
my boys.
that's old, y'all. I think
No,
men
it's
be
no.
really getting attached to some of these females, and they use
Oh,
it.
no.
I really do.
Well,
I'm
not
not
saying-
saying, but
no.
no, it's
Me
vice
and
versa
my husband
now.
did a love and relationship segment one time, and this guy, he was cheating on his wife. And my husband felt like men cheat for that same reason. Like, okay, they just want, somebody who got fat, she look better than my
And
wife, and she
you-
give me a
I
little
don't
bit of
think
attention.
so.
She
It's
look
more
good.
than that,
So
though,
you want
now.
to see if you still
I
got
do
it.
too.
But this man said that was not the reason.
Yes,
he cheated.
I think
He
that
literally
is the
said
cop-out. People
that he
keep
was
saying that.
missing these things from
Things
his
was
wife,
wrong.
Yeah.
like that emotional
I think it's
attachment
50-50.
and all that
It
connection.
go both-
and
it
stuff
go
like
both
that.
ways.
I've never heard a man say that, so it was different for me. But now I know that men don't just cheat for that reason.
But
Because
but
it's
nowadays
50-50. I go
women
with both.
women cheat for less than that now because they just be like, oh well, my man ain't hitting it right, or my man ain't doing
I'm
X,
not
I
Y,
think
Z.
that's childish. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's-
very
But I
right.
mean, like, women out here cheating a lot more than men these
That's very
days.
immature.
But they do cheat
The
more.
tables have turned because guess what?
Oh, I got one
But
for
why
y'all.
you get
With
with
our
her in the
career-
beginning if it ain't? If
I
you
got
ain't-
something.
But I mean,
So speaking of not hitting it right and why women cheat, blah blah blah, right? Quick question. So if you're in a relationship, everything is perfect, but the sex is horrible, is that grounds to leave?
Are we getting in a relationship if the sex is horrible? That's what I want to know.
Wait, no, seriously, y'all are not
that
y'all are not willing to stay in a relationship if the sex is horrible. You can't teach a person to like.
Okay, wait.
The reason I brought that up is because we were talking about just cheating. You know, men and women cheating, and so let's just say you have the ideal relationship.
I'm
And
gonna wait till I'm married.
okay.
No, I'm lying.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I didn't do that, but
And to be honest with you, a lot of men, despite like Devon Franklin or whatever, they don't want to wait. Like, what are we waiting for? Now, do y'all believe in the 90-day rule?
Absolutely.
no, I do. I do.
90
people
plus.
should wait. Yeah.
90 plus.
But I'm just saying, you got this man, everything is checking out. You like, oh man, I found.
I mean, after
You-
90
you
days,
got
of
that?
the
Is
date-
it
and we're
horrible
dating,
because he's small, or is it horrible because there's no
both.
emotional connection?
It's just not. The sex is just.
I mean, no, you just want to build that emotional and mental connection before you have sex.
Let me tell you
y'all
something.
talking, y'all
You
dating.
would be
and
out
men-
here.
No, I wouldn't be out, but I would get away.
I would work with it, y'all. I'm gonna teach you what I like.
But the thing is, even if you
Yes.
okay, I got a prime example. Prime example. I'm about to be
teach a man
like V was
Yes.
what
saying.
exactly you
No.
like.
Like V
not
was saying, I'm about to be
everything.
really transparent. I was with a guy, and
I'm gonna work with you, baby.
the thing is, to me, the sex was just okay. So I told him things that I like
Right.
during intimacy.
'Cause maybe he just doesn't
But
know.
he's like, well, I don't like doing intimacy that way.
Oh.
Exactly.
So like,
Then that's different, though.
like
Well,
oral or something like that.
Well, what
Is that
did he
no?
say?
no,
Can't
no.
work the middle.
No, he said he's more of a like me. Don't judge me, y'all. Okay, I like my hair pulled. You know, I like face down, butt
Like
up.
kinky
You know,
stuff.
yeah, I like kinkiness. You know, and this person- right, and this person was more of a lover, so he was more like missionary
Oh, what's wrong with that?
and like slow and stuff. And I'm like,
It gets
boring.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, okay,
Wait,
you know,
my thing was it good, missionary? But was it still good?
right? Like, can you work
Even
with
if it
it?
wasn't like exciting exciting and
It wasn't
yeah.
that exciting. After a couple times, it's not that exciting anymore.
My
But
whole
no, was it
thing
still
is-
good? Was it good?
No, it was like again,
But
it's not as exciting. Which means when it's not as exciting, guess what? Your little person down there doesn't want to produce because it's
No,
not.
listen.
Now she's not
Nikia,
I want to do
no.
this again. Why are we doing this again?
My whole thing
That's
is,
what it's like.
you gotta think, a man is with a different person prior to you.
Right.
What you don't like, the next person could have loved.
But I said what I like though.
And you want to be with me?
Right.
I mean,
Like
you
that's
should.
what I'm saying.
Okay,
I
but maybe that's a
don't-
deal breaker
I don't-
for you.
That's one
I
thing
can
for
work
me.
with
I
that
don't bite
shit.
my tongue for nothing.
Because you're the ideal person. Like that's the one thing you're lacking.
Are
We
you
can figure it
ideal
out.
for
Okay,
real?
but
Because
but
if you
that
are,
is
then
really
you be better in
big
the
in a
bedroom.
relationship.
Yeah, it is.
You be way better in the
Sex is
bedroom.
very important. You have to be able to
then-
connect
and you plan on
all
getting
these
married,
levels,
yes.
emotionally,
Spiritually.
physically, spiritually.
But
and
I'm
sexually.
saying-
if y'all can't connect, I mean, it's like you're laying there lifeless.
I'm
Like,
not
why he
saying
just-
that
Okay.
you won't connect. I'm just saying.
Okay, you
take
you
that
practice
year
with him.
or two
Then
that
I
you're
mean,
dating.
you're faking it.
Two.
You're not
made it to
faking
2
it.
You
years.
made it to two. Wait, no.
You're working with him.
After 2 years, he still can't get it.
Everything checks out, y'all.
Nah,
Everything checks out.
But no.
So y'all about to go back to ground
Right.
zero because
Because this means that
my-
you didn't take how
Yes.
I feel into consideration in the bedroom.
I'm still.
done.
But
I'm-
you
I'm
want
still
certain
stuck
things
after
done with
two-
you,
Listen.
but you can't do what I like.
Listen, guys, it's getting a lie.
I'm
It's
still
like
stuck
you're getting
after
real
2 years.
juicy
She's
in
still
here.
trying to
But
help him
he's the
along.
perfect man.
2 years, B.
He must
He
not be
ain't
that
perfect.
Okay, everybody, you know
What are
what?
your thoughts? What are
We're
your
gonna
thoughts
take
out
this
there? Yes,
outside
please.
of the camera,
Comment
okay?
and tell us your thoughts because we would
Right.
like to know.
Please comment below and tell us what you think about these topics that we had today, because I know our perspective might be a little different from y'all, and we just want to see what y'all think.
2 years.
Everybody, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out below and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And keep up with these topics. And we'd like to hear what you got to say about it. So everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Pillow Talk Lounge. And ladies,
Thank y'all. And
See
we
ya.
will see you next time. Peace.
I'm about to go to bed, y'all. It's late.